How to insert Newlines on Argparse help text. I'm using Argparse in Python 2.7 for parsing input options. One of my options is a multiple choice. I want to make a list in its help text, for example. However, Argparse strips all new lines and consecutive spaces. The result looks like how to insert new lines in the help text.
Try using raw text help formatter to preserve all of your formatting. It's similar to raw description help formatter, but instead of only applying to the description and epilogue, raw text help formatter also applies to all help text, including arguments.
If you just want to override the one option, you should not use raw text help formatter. Instead, subclass the help formatter and provide a special intro for the options that should be handled raw. I use our vertical bar rest of help. And use it. Any other calls to .add_argument where the help does not start with our vertical bar will be wrapped as normal. This is part of my improvements on Argparse. The full smart formatter also supports adding the defaults to all options, and raw input of the utilities description. The full version has its own _split_lines method, so that any formatting done to, for example, version strings is preserved.
Another easy way to do it is to include text wrap. For example, in this way, we can avoid the long empty space in front of each output line.
I've faced similar issue, Python 2.7.6. I've tried to break down description section into several lines using raw text help formatter. And got so raw text help formatter is not a solution. Because it prints description as it appears in source code, preserving all whitespace characters, I want to keep extra tabs in my source code for readability, but I don't want to print them all. Also, raw formatter doesn't wrap line when it is too long, more than 80 characters for example. Thanks to Anton who inspired the right direction above. But that solution needs slight modification in order to format description section. Anyway, custom formatter is needed. I extended existing help formatter class and overrode _fill_text method like this. Compare with the original source code coming from Argparse module. In the original code, the whole description is being wrapped. In custom formatter, above the whole text is split into several chunks, and each of them is formatted independently. So with aid of custom formatter, the output is
I admit I found this a very frustrating experience, as it seems many others have, given the number of solutions I see posted and the number of times I see this asked across the web. But I find most of these solutions far too complicated for my likes, and I'd like share the tersest simplest solution I have for it. Here is the script to demonstrate. And here is what it looks like in test.py. And so, all the basic formatting in the original description is preserved neatly, and we've had, alas, to use a custom formatter, but it's a one-liner. It can be written more lucidly as but I prefer it on one line myself.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.